So before a ball was even kicked this season, the conspiracy theorists are already out and they're saying that they have an unfair advantage. Who cares? No, they don't. They don't have an unfair advantage. But one of our games has been changed from a 3 o'clock Saturday kickoff to a Sunday at 12 o'clock. These Sunday at 12 o'clock games are just a total nonsense, an absolute nonsense, especially travelling away up to Aberdeen. Anyway, with that being said, let's move on. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. Matt O'Reilly has been talking to Celtic TV, so let's have a quick listen to what he had to say.
You finished a session on the pitch. How was it for you today?
Yeah, a bit of a blow, as expected, but that is pre-season for you. We've got another one this afternoon, so now it's time to rest. I think we're going to go to a hotel, try and get some sleep, and then do it all again. But
I'm going to cut it there. So I'm going to cut into this and just give you a reaction to that. So the first thing, they're obviously doing double training sessions and they're staying at the hotel tonight. Now, you remember when Brendan Rodgers came into the team first time around, the first thing that he did do, because he couldn't believe that the squad didn't stay at a hotel the night before games, and that was one of the first things he actually implemented. So they built the togetherness with the squad. So it's interesting that they're doing that already in pre-season.
Nice to be back for sure.
A bit of change about the place and a new manager in Brendan Rodgers. What's it been like to work for him so far?
So far it's been amazing. Everyone seems quite upbeat, and I think he brings that just in terms of how he goes about things. He's not reluctant to come and sit with us at lunch and just have a chat, which I think is quite nice. So
that's interesting. That's and we all know that Postecoglou didn't want to be mates with the players, but it just shows you the different management styles. John Kennedy was asked about the fact that Ange didn't spend a lot of time on the training pitch, as where Brendan is very hands-on, and he's very he doesn't mind sitting down with the players and have a chinwag during lunchtime, which together, it's all about that togetherness and building the squad and making sure that they're a tight unit.
It's a nice, refreshing kind of change in a sense, just to have a bit more openness about the place. So I'm looking forward to that.
It wasn't so long ago, of course, you were lifting a record-breaking treble for Celtic. How has that achievement sunk in now the dust has settled a bit?
Yeah, obviously it's an amazing achievement. Clubs, obviously, so I think we've kind of broke that record again, which is a massive credit to us and the fans, of course. But it's definitely sunk in. But at the same time, Brendan's come in already and basically told us that it's done now, isn't it? So obviously it's there, it's in the history books, but at the same time now we've got another season to kind of do it again.
And just finally, we'll be heading out to Japan later this month for a pre-season tour. How excited are you to take Celtic over to Japan? And are some of the players giving you some idea what it might be like over there?
I think it's supposed to be quite humid and sticky, so it's going to be quite tough to train in it. But I think that's probably the perfect preparation for us going into the season. I think we get a day off as well, which we'll spend in Osaka, which I've heard is a really nice place. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I'll be sure to ask Japanese boys on some advice for what to do.
Perfect. So, what can we take from that? He's impressed by Brendan Rodgers. He's impressed by the way that Brendan is getting down to work. Brendan did say that on the staircase of Celtic Park. He said, let's get to work. The togetherness, it's all about the togetherness with the squad. He did say it was refreshing. It was refreshing that the manager wants to have so much conversations with you. And the openness, that was an interesting line that Matt said. He said, it's nice to have that openness. So, let's just say, that kind of gives a bit of insight into the last couple of seasons. We won't look into it too much because it's all about positives, and the positive coming out is they're absolutely buzzing. And other Celtic news, it looks as if we might get a little bit closer to signing Yang, the Hunslayer. That move looks as if it might be getting a bit closer, and to be fair, we're all getting a bit, it's another player that's going to come in for not a lot of money. We're wanting the big money spent. We're all agreed we'll need these big players in, these big impact signings that are going to lay down the marker and say, right, this is where we are going this season. Obviously things have changed. The trip to Portugal doesn't look like there's going to be any games on there, and you're not going to see a lot of Celtic during this pre-season, which is funny, but it is what it is. I would rather that the team and Brendan got really down to work and really focused on how they want to play, getting their fitness right up, getting ready to, it's fine having these games, and it's good for us to see Celtic on the telly during the summer, But you can sometimes go into these games and you know they're just friendlies. You don't. It's just they can play. When you see the way that they were training last season, the intensity in the training, you can have that just as much as what you'll get in these pre-season friendlies, I think. Anyway, so back to Matt O'Reilly. He says, so far it's been amazing. Everyone seems quite upbeat and in terms of how he goes about things. Everybody's looking forward to it. Everybody's like upbeat. He says he's not reluctant to come and sit with us at lunch to have a chat, which is quite nice. Something that the previous manager didn't do. So is that something that they didn't like about the previous manager? Anyway, it doesn't matter. What happened, happened. You know, it's gone. The good thing about the homecoming tour, you've got Kyogo, you've got Kobayashi, you've got Iwata, you've got Daisen, and you've got Ryo Hatate all going home as it is. You know, so it's not so much a homecoming tour to Australia, but it's a homecoming tour to Japan. And he said that he was looking forward to the humid and sticky humidity. I get what you're saying with that. Sticky humidity. It's about to be August and the humidity here will go through the roof. Matt O'Reilly also went in and says, so I'm looking forward to that, and yeah, be sure to ask some of the Japanese boys for some advice on what to do on their day off. They are getting a day off to do a little bit of sightseeing, which is good. So that is it. It is a bit quieter with the transfer speculation as expected, because it's, you know, the Celtic are letting nothing out. They're absolutely letting nothing out. I mean, that Matt O'Reilly interview was like 1 minute. 1 minute 30 or something for the whole interview, and they put it out on Celtic TV, and they also released it to the press just beforehand. So they're giving away absolutely nothing. They're being very, very careful on what is leaked. It'll be interesting because you remember the last time that Brendan Rodgers was here, the team sheet was regularly, as clockwork, the team sheet would be leaked on a Friday afternoon. And that was a bit cause for concern at the time about all the leaks. So let's hope that doesn't happen this time round. So tell me what you think about it in the comments. Tell me what you think about the team being really excited about the fact that Brendan Rodgers is more open than what Ange Postecoglou was. The fact that he does sit and have lunch with them. It's all looking forward. The players they'll be in the hotel having something to eat after their second training session. So he's getting right down to business. There is other news that Neil Lennon has said that Scott Brown is a Celtic manager in the making, and that's something that we all hope that happens one day. Will Scott Brown be the man to lead us to 9 in a row? That would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious. He steps aside Brendan, and then in comes the Bruni to complete the 9. And on that note, have a great evening, Celtic fans all around the world.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party.